Hello, it's Petra from Petra's Cauldron. I'd like to welcome you back. And if you're new to my channel, I hope that you enjoy what you're seeing here. We are cooking German traditional dishes. Sometimes we have just to talk about some things. Sometimes we talk about hair and sometimes we do something else. So yeah, that is for my newbies here. That's a short version. But today is a very special day because tomorrow is Sunday and I'm in Germany. It was when I was growing up, which is quite some time ago, something, to look forward to. We ate on Sundays a good Sunday meal. And when my mom or my grandma made German Rouladen, that is what we are doing today. I was all over it. It was one of my favorite dishes, and I'm going to show you today how that has been done. German Rouladen, they are rolled up Milanese meats made from London broil. I'll show you that later on, and filled with some beautiful little things, and you will be seeing it, and I'll show you, okay? Stay tuned. So what do we need? First of all, we need top round meat, and this is top round London broil. So that is what I bought, and it was on sale, so I grabbed it quick, and I had it cut in very thin slices, and I'll show you that later a little more in details, okay? And then we need pickles, and I like to use the German pickles, the whole barrel from Hengstenberg, and you can get them at PICKLES, and they're about $6 for the whole big jar, right? And then you cut your pickles in quarters like so. Then you need onion, any type of onion will do it, and you need to cut it about so. If they are too much of a curd, you just break them apart, and I'll show you that later on, and to fit in. You need mustard, and you can use the ground stone mustard, or you can have just a Dijon. It doesn't matter. It's your taste preferences, right? We need pepper, we need salt, we need garlic powder, we need paprika powder, we need water for later on our gravy, and we need twine, very important. And the other important part is bacon. So I chose this one here, which is our favorite. So that is what you're going to use. And then later on for our gravy, we need red wine, we need cut onions, cut carrots, cut celeries, and you need some garlic, very important part. So that will be browned later on. And now let's go and work. So let's begin. So I took my bacon out of my sheet and I took my meat out. So what we are doing is now, I'm going to show you what's been done. So you take a slice, and you can see it's very thin sliced, very thin. So it needs to be Milanese. It's called the Milanese cut. So what you're doing is, you go step by step. First of all, you will be taking the mustard. You got to smear mustard all over here. That brings it to a very nice flavor. On top of it, it makes it more soft, the meat, and it's just very tasty. So you smear it all over like so. My mom and my grandma, they didn't make a big fuss about it, They were just using their hands, smear it all over like so. You can, of course, use a fork, a knife, whatever, spoon, whatever you want to, but they never made a big fuss about it, right? So then you fill it with bacon. So you grab your bacon, and this is now a thick cut bacon. So you can use any type of bacon you want, and you spread it all the way around the beef, right? So that's what we are doing here. And so if you have now a thicker slice here, you go with the skinny end, and then you fill in. So that's okay, that would work. Now this little piece here, it's okay because we're going to tuck that in later. That's not a big deal, all right? So then we will be putting in our what's been called pickles. So you put it in like so, like two over each other. Then you use your onions and you fill it out with onions, just like so. And you put in as much as you want to. I like to have a lot in it, like so, right? So then you will be putting in some pepper. I like to put it on top of it. You can have it straight on the meat too, but I like it in here. And be careful with the salt because you have already bacon in here. It is easier for you, you know, later on to put more of the salt into your gravy. That is not a big deal, but you know, having it on here right now, you can never take it out again. So that is not a good idea. So we have our pepper on here, and now I'm going to use my garlic, and I'm going to spread my garlic all over. We like garlic a lot, so I'm going to put it all over. Like so. You can be generous as you want to. It doesn't matter, you know, it's your preferences. So my grandma always used a lot on it, like so. Then you use your paprika powder, and then you sprinkle it with your paprika powder, like so. All right, so it's enough. So now comes the tricky part. Now you will be starting over here, and you fold it over. You take the meat and you fold it over like so. Now some other people, they like to add more of the onions right here. I do too. Put some more onions in it, put some more of the pickle in here. Make it nice and thick. It's going to be a nice thick roulade. So then you roll it up like so. Roll it up all the way to the end. You can see that, so right? So now this flap here is nice, so we can tuck it in later. And this is what it looks like. So stuff it back in, whatever comes back out, stuff it in. Now we're going to use the twine. So you're going to use the twine. I always start somewhere in the middle, and I hold my roulade pretty well, put it over like so, and then you just roll it up like so. Make sure nothing comes out, okay? It doesn't matter how much you use on it, the more the better, because you don't want to have anything falling out of your rouladen, right? So this is always a messy part. I hate that, but that is necessary. So then you put your twine over this here so that the onions don't fall out, nothing else comes out. So this is pretty cool, right? And you turn it off like so, and you just tuck it in. Just tuck it in underneath of it so it's not going to fall out. So that's basically it, right? So now this is what it looks like. You see? So you have it in here, and now you're going to put it aside. So, and that is something what you're going to do now with every single one of the beautiful rouladen. You just put it down here, and I took one of my gloves off. But I had a little cut here, you know, so I had to cover it. So now we're going to start over again. You put on your Dijon. I can wash it off later. So it's probably going to get messy anyway. So you're going to put that on. Wonderful. You smear it all over, like so. That is so tasty, people. Yeah, we ate that usually on a Sunday dish, or when the holiday came around, you know, it was very important to us children, having something very cool on Sundays to look for, and even our parents were so. I learned to make this dish when I was just a little one, you know. So then you're going to put on your pepper. So put on your pepper. You can do it either way around. I just show you know which way you can do, so it doesn't matter which way around. If you want to have it straight on the meat, or if you want to have it straight on the bacon, it doesn't matter. Taste is taste. It's all the same. So then you're going to use your paprika powder. You're going to use that. You're going to put that on it. So see, I'm generous. Then we're going to use our bacon and have one in here. When you hear me breathing sometimes very funny, you know, that is because of my sinuses. We have allergies here big time. I mean, I have allergies big time. So I'm sorry about that, but that's how it is. So see, I'm going to have now 3 in here because I got a lot of room. So perfect. So then you use your pickles again, put them in here. You can use as many as you want to. Sometimes I use 2 or I use 3, but since I'm going to have one more on the other side after I roll it up, so this is good. So then you take your onions. I break it apart. It's easier because when they're rolled like this, you know, it's kind of hard to roll them up. Or you have a straight shot like this. That means you're lucky. So take it over. So now You're going to take it and you fold it over. Make sure everything is being tucked in, like so. I go one round, then I'm going to do one more of my pickles, my onions, place that in here, and roll some more. Roll it up some more, roll it up, like so. Those are going to be delicious and big and huge, and Greg is going to love that so much. It's sometimes, I mean, it looks hard to do, but you know, when you get a grip of it, it's not that bad. So then you will be using your trick again. Doesn't matter where you start. Just make sure it's tight, nice and tight. Nothing can go through. Later on, after you fried it on and it was baked all day long, you know, in the oven or in your slow cooker. You can even put it in your slow cooker, which I'm going to do later on. I'll show you how, you know, so perfect. See here? You take it off. So you cut it and you tuck it in. Just has to hold everything in place. That's it. So now you repeat. You have seen it now twice. Now you know how to do it. See, it's all tucked in. It's closed over here. Nothing can fall out. And now we're going to start doing the rest of it, and I'll see you when everything is being done, okay? So, I have rolled up all my rouladen, as you can see. See, and I have 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces. So there are 2 in it, they have no bacon in it. Because I have somebody coming over who doesn't like bacon, so I'm going to have that without bacon. So now you can have it 2 ways. You can have a skillet, bring a little oil in it, and heat it up very high. Now you take your rouladen and you lay them in. And you start browning them from every side. That's the sound I want to hear. You see that? I'm sorry, I had to cut. So I had to cut you off. Didn't want to be unpolite, but that's what it is. Anyway, so now what you can smell is already some of the leftover mustard which I put on top of the rouladen. But you don't have to do that. I'm using my hex plat, which is evenly with the heat. That is what you want. If you have a cast iron, would be great. You can use that too. If you don't have that, then you have to use maybe something like a Dutchoven or a pot which can stand high heat. So what you want to have is, or what you're looking for is nice little brownings, and it's not there yet. So sometimes the middle heat is more hot than the outer skirt is. Then you take this one to the out and this one to the inside. So just let it sit there. So what we are waiting for is that it's going to get nice and brown from all sides. So keep an eye on it, you know, and just turn over. See here, it's starting already. Perfect. Make sure when you roll up your rouladen that there's always something over this part here so nothing can fall out, same as here, right? And when you roll them up as tight as you possibly can. So normally, now the question is now, what are you going to eat with this? Well, we're going to make a brown gravy from scratch, and I'll show you also how this is being done. Then we eat this normally with red cabbage. And I have some red cabbage here, but that will be in a different video because that's going to be too long in this one here. And then you eat it either way with potato dumplings. And we use half and half. Half and half means half of the potatoes are raw and grinded, and the other half is cooked and peeled. And then you put them together with egg, with salt, and some flour, and so you mix it all up to make potato dumplings out of that. That is going to be also a different video because it's going to be too long, as I show you here step by step all the time. Now when you see that your rouladen releases a lot of liquid, like it does here, you see here it's a lot of liquid, I take it out and put it into a little jar because that's going to be a fantastic gravy later on. See, it starts coming very, very much. So let me take this liquid out and put it in a little vessel, and I'll see you in a moment. Sometimes butchers like to cheat and plumb the meat up, and they inject it with some water, or even the factories, you know where it comes from. And this is the liquid what I just catched out of that pan. We're going to save this. This goes later on in our original gravy what we are going to make, okay? Now this is what we are looking for. See here this nice brown part? That is what we are looking for. I'll show you. See? This is what you want. And you try to do it from both sides. Now, that was the middle piece. I'm going to place it now outside, and I take it outside middle piece, place it inside. So that gets all equally brown. See, it starts getting up. You have to do it on pretty high heat. Mine is now on an 8.5, which is really high heat. And see here how beautiful it comes together. But it needs still a little bit more browning on that side, okay? So keep an eye on it. Almost burnt that one, but that is okay because that is our taste. That is the one without the bacon. Yeah. So turn it over. This is perfect. I'm going to take this out now. I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to roll this one more indoors. Now I have another one here. I take that out and that out. Because my pan is not big enough. So you have to do it in 2 steps, right? So this is perfect. Take that out. Turn this around again. Make sure they are not running too much. You want them nice and sharp in color because that is absolute delightful and delicious. That is what you want. See here it starts now getting faster here. That's good. Alright. Keep an eye on it. Now the next step is, see here all this beautiful hardness in here. This is gold. This is what you really, really want. Now you're going to take all your vegetables. What I showed you before here, these ones here, and you put it in. Have some fat in it if you like. You know, you have to brown it also because that will be the base of your beautiful gravy. Yeah. So, and I also added the leftover, what's they called, the leftover onions from before, what we had in our rouladen. So now I'm going to add my garlic cloves. So, and let it brown also in that beautiful juice, okay? And remember, I have told you that I will be using my slow cooker today for that, because tomorrow is the day when we're going to eat it, so we have time. Now, see here, all this beautiful vegetable has loosened up now all that gold on the bottom of my skillet. That is what you want to have. So when everything is gone and it's involved into this beautiful vegetables, then you transfer it now to your slow cooker, okay? See you there. I really don't want to waste even that little bit. So I will be adding some water, loosen it up as much as you possibly can, because like I mentioned before, it is gold. That is what the taste brings it into the rouladen gravy, you know. So now we're going to add that also to our slow cooker. So all my vegetables are in my slow cooker now, and remember this beautiful what we catched, that goes on top of that. So we are going to save everything. Now German rouladen is not really a cheap dish, let me tell you. It's kind of pricey, but it's absolutely worth it. So now we will be adding, I got some Merlot. You can use Burgundy, red wine, you know, whatever wine you want, but it has to be dark and red. I'm not going to use a whole lot. Usually you use about a cup to cup and a half, because my husband doesn't like too much red wine in his rouladen flavor, you know, so that's okay. Now we will be adding a little more of the pepper, about 1.5 teaspoons. We will be adding some more of the beautiful garlic, about 1.5 teaspoons. Not too much, but right in the middle, you know what I mean. So, and since my Dijon almost emptied out, I filled it up with some water, mixed it up. Nothing is being wasted. It's too expensive, people. Times are too expensive. We need to make sure our money is worth, you know, so we are not wasting anything. So then you use some of the paprika powder, about 1.5 teaspoons. It's always, but you know what, later on, if you like, you can still add some more to that, you know, that's absolutely delicious. So then you need some salt. So about this much. And then we have some water. You gotta have some water to cook it, because this is gonna be on low for probably 10 to 12 hours. You can do. I mean, I'm gonna put it on now, and I'm gonna let it sit for overnight. So tomorrow when Greg comes home from work, this is gonna be ready and he can try it and eat it, and it's gonna be so extra delicious. So I have a spoon and I'm gonna sample my gravy and see if I need some more of the salt, pepper, whatnot, okay? Nope, I leave it as that, because the rest of the beautiful flavor comes in from the rouladen, okay? Where's my thingy? What? I missed it. That was the thingy I was looking for. And see here, now this is the rouladen. See, they're nice and juicy. You place them on top of it. You try to bury them. You know, get them all covered. Use the smaller, skinnier pieces on the outer skirt, because you got that corner in here. Oops. Huh? Oh no, I think it's time to get a new one. What? This is live TV, people. Look at this. It breaks on me right now. Really? Unbelievable. Good thing I got plentiful. Oh, I tell you what, that is too funny. So, and you add it all in here. And I can only fit 6 in here, but I will have that tiny one in here too. Gotta squeeze it in somehow. Just squeeze it in. And what you want to have is you want to have it covered. Cover it up with some liquids. You can have some vegetables on top of that, because you want to have it sit in here and all the beautiful juice goes in there, all right? So I have 2 more here, which I will be finishing up later, because they won't fit in here anyway, so I'm going to finish them up later. But I use, guess what? This. I'll put that gold in here too. So now it's going to be covered, and it's going to be sitting in my cooktop here, cookpot, for about 10 hours. Let it sit there overnight on low, and just leave it alone. You don't need to stir or do anything about it. All this beautiful stuff goes in here, okay? So I'm back. So everything is set. The crock pot is set on 10 hours on low. And now you can just forget about it. This is a step-by-step video, so it's a little bit longer. And I see you tomorrow morning. So I wish you wonderful, and we talk later. Tschüss, bye. Hello my friends, and welcome back to Petra's Cauldron. So time is up, and my slow cooker turned itself off, and I have separated now my rouladen from my vegetables, which were in the slow cooker. So now I have separated the vegetable from the gravy, and now I'm going to show you how to make the gravy from scratch, okay? So I'll show you first what I have done. So here you can see the gravy. This will become the gravy. And here I took out the vegetables. Now you have 2 choices. You can use that and you put it into your food processor and you grind it down, and that is almost like a puree type thing. A lot of people love that. Greg doesn't. He's not very happy about that, so I'm going to leave that out. But I will eat this as my vegetable, you know, to my rouladen. That's not a big deal. And here I have the rouladen. Check this out. Aren't they beautiful? So all you have to do now is peel off the string, and then when it's done, you put them back into your gravy. And let's fix our beautiful gravy. I like to cover up my food all the time, you know, so it's good. Just in case, you never know. So, and as long as we're waiting now for our gravy getting warm, so you use a scissor and then you cut the little strings. Now you can start peeling them off one by one. It's very simple to do so. See here how easy that goes? And from every side. So hang on. So sometimes there's one hidden, so you gotta watch it. You just clip it, cut it, and that's basically it. See, very simple. There's another one. Because I tied them up very nice. Then you just unroll it. See how easy that goes? Very, very simple. You just take it off, just like so. So, but if you use now the slow cooker, You can go probably a little less than 8 hours, because I noticed on my slow cooker it got really, really hot too during the night. So you just have to turn it down. Now, if you want to do that in a big pot, you can certainly use your pot. You can use, we call it Römer Topf, which is like a tone type thing, and you have to soak it for like 24 hours in cold water, and then you put your rouladen after you have fried them in the pan like you saw before. Then you add them to your pot and you put it in your oven, and you're going to put it in for about 3 hours on low. So now you can see now my gravy starts cooking. Very simple. So I have fixed some cornstarch because I don't like to use flour. I think cornstarch is so much easier. You just loosen it up one more time, because after a while it will be sitting down. Okay, so then you're going to add it till you have the thickness you want for your gravy. Greg and I, we like a very thick gravy, so we enjoy that. So I use a little more. And when this part has been done, that is the moment when you start tasting your gravy. Maybe you need more salt or more pepper or more paprika powder, or so you got to taste it. So now I'm going to turn it down because it's getting too hot here. Let it boil one more time. So let me taste it. On this one here I had my cornstarch, so it's not a big deal. So taste it. People, you can taste the bacon, you can taste the mustard, you can taste what's been called the pickles, and everything else around it. Very, very aromatic. If you could smell my kitchen now, you would be saying, what? This is awesome. Now, this is a dish you cannot get at a German restaurant, trust me, because that's way too much work for that and way too much effort. People, you know, they're not go for that, but because they cannot make a whole lot of money on it. But if you do it like this, that's a perfect Sunday dish. So let me taste it again. Now that is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So now I'm going to take my roulade and I'm going to put her back in here and have her heated up. So when Greg wakes up, he can have it. That's all. You just dump it in. Now, if you want, you can serve that now with red cabbage, or with a nice cucumber salad, or with spätzle, and you will be seeing this is very, very, very delicious. Now here's the perfect Rouladen Sundays dish. Check this out. Isn't that absolutely delicious and gorgeous? And it's, you can smell the red wine, but it's not, the alcohol is gone because it has cooked way too long. You can smell the bacon in it. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. And I cannot wait to take a bite. Hang on. Oh my God, it is so delicious. Absolutely delicious. You have to make it. And please let me know how you like it. I know this is a long video because it's step by step, and I want you to get the best results ever. So please be with me, okay? Or bear with me. I think that's been called bear with me. Yeah, but make it and let me know how it's going to be. I will be making the red cabbage, but that's going to be a different video because I'm going to do step by step with that one too. And also with the half and half potato dumplings. That's going to be an extra video also. So I'd like to say thank you. Please like and subscribe, share my video with others, and learn how to cook traditional German cooking, okay? So I hope I see you soon again, and see you later, alligator. Tschüss. Thank you.